Fearless predators known for taking on lions and devouring venomous snakes have been released in Florida. Yes, we're talking about honey badgers, creatures often hailed as the bravest animals on Earth. But could they really be the solution to Florida's Burmese python crisis? Or are we on the verge of swapping one ecological nightmare for another? For over 30 years, Florida has been grappling with a growing disaster. Since the 1980s, Burmese pythons, originally from Southeast Asia, have steadily invaded the Everglades. What started as a few abandoned pets has now exploded into a full-blown infestation. These snakes can grow over 5 meters long and weigh more than 90 kilos. They're apex predators, swallowing everything from rodents to deer, and even alligators. Estimates suggest tens of thousands now roam the Everglades. The impact? Catastrophic. In some regions, up to 90% of medium-sized mammals have disappeared. Raccoons, rabbits, foxes, nearly wiped out. And it's not just pythons. Florida also contends with green anacondas, African pythons, and boa constrictors. But none are as destructive as the Burmese python. Authorities have tried it all: professional hunters, python catching contests, even using trackers with transmitters. Thousands have been removed, but it's a drop in the ocean. So, what if we brought in a natural enemy? An animal built to kill snakes. One that doesn't back down, not even from the most venomous species. Enter the honey badger. At first glance, it doesn't look like much, just 8 to 14 pounds of fur and muscle. But underestimate it, and you're in for a surprise. Honey badgers are legendary snake killers in Africa. They're resistant to venom from deadly snakes like the Cape cobra and puff adder. And yes, they've even been recorded taking down rock pythons, some twice their size. How do they do it? Honey badgers are built for combat. Thick, loose skin lets them twist and fight even when grabbed. Sharp claws tear through scales. Powerful jaws crush bone. And most of all, an unbreakable will to fight. They're also clever, targeting snakes when they're sluggish and striking at weak points. Burmese pythons could be just another meal. So, could this actually fix Florida's python problem? Let's consider the benefits. Honey badgers are generalist predators, but they specialize in reptiles. They're highly adaptable, thriving in deserts, forests, and wetlands. They're efficient hunters. One could clear out many pythons in its lifetime. And unlike native predators like panthers or alligators, they've evolved to battle large snakes. Sounds perfect, right? Not so fast. This might look like a smart fix, but it could turn into an ecological disaster. History gives us plenty of warnings. Yes, honey badgers love eating snakes, but they'll also go after anything they can catch, including native wildlife already struggling from python predation. That includes native snakes and turtles, ground-nesting birds, small mammals, even alligator eggs. And what about predators that would keep honey badgers in check? In Africa, lions and leopards occasionally take them on, but even they hesitate. In Florida, black bears, panthers, and gators might not be enough to control their numbers. Without natural predators, honey badger populations could explode. Within a few generations, we'd go from a python crisis to a honey badger crisis, one that might be even harder to contain. We've seen this happen before. Cane toads in Australia, tilapia and lionfish in Florida, weasels in New Zealand. All were introduced to solve one problem and ended up creating bigger ones. The reason? Generalist predators rarely stick to the plan. Why risk fighting a giant python when there's an easy meal nearby? So, is releasing honey badgers into Florida a bold solution or a ticking time bomb? Science leans heavily toward disaster. Yes, they could take out some pythons, but the collateral damage to native species would be devastating. Unfortunately, with complex issues like invasive species, there's rarely a simple fix. Instead, we need long-term control strategies, public education to stop illegal pet releases, and investment in new detection and removal technologies. It may not be flashy, but it's responsible. Now we want to hear from you. Would you take the risk and unleash the honey badger army? Or should Florida stick to safer, science-backed solutions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video interesting, leave a like, share it with others, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of wildlife, ecology, and conservation. See you next time.